Good morning, Larry. Good morning.
How are you?
Oh Hashem, oh Hashem. This morning is cold.
Yeah, forget cold. Just walk carefully, please.
I told my son I'm walking on the street, not on the sidewalk. The sidewalk is, especially in the morning. You go to walk, the subway is near your house?
Yeah, it's about 4 blocks.
Be very careful. You have to wear
yeah.
shoes. You have the shoes that you wear are the important part.
Yeah, I did too. Listen, for me, if I went by car, it would take forever. And the subway, it makes all the sense. I always get a seat. Well, not always. 90% of the time, I get a seat if I want, and I could do plenty of things in that half an hour.
And you have a half an hour to look in the safe with the paper, whatever you do. Man.
You know, it's the best.
Yeah, come on. We're going to learn a very important Ramban, and maybe 2 Rambans. We have a Ramban at the table. Open the Ramban in Perashat Bo. We mentioned the Ramban at the beginning of the week, but this is Ramban quoted in many places. Look in פרק י"ב פסוק ב' החודש הזה לכם ראש חודשים. In the morning, it's like 59 degrees. So you look at it, but you realize the Ramban is in page Lametzai. Are they expecting to have this freeze for a long time?
Yeah. A few more days. And Thursday night, Friday is supposed to snow.
Oh, snow also. Okay.
Wonderful.
Sheila, even though you're much younger than us, but be careful as you walk. No, I told Larry this morning I walk on the street. I'm afraid to walk on the street.
It was very, even when I came home last night, I tried to shovel a little bit to get that scraping off. I should have shoveled in the morning and at night.
In the morning, as the snow comes before.
That I did. Right after class yesterday, I shoveled. But then when I came home last night, Jojo, we got to do something about this room. It's got to get locked up. There's glass on the floor. There's whatever. Not you personally. I'm just saying. We got to talk to Jimmy. Somebody's got to figure out how to get this room locked.
Oh wow! There's
There's food. I took the tablecloth.
This morning, I took almost every morning. I take 2 plates of leftovers. Come, we're learning the Ramban. החודש הזה לכם חודש ראש חודשים. Says Ramban, זו מצווה ראשונה שציווה הקדוש ברוך הוא את ישראל על ידי משה, ולכן אמר, this is an interesting דיוק of the Ramban. הפסוק begins, ויאמר השם אל משה ואל אהרון בארץ מצרים. Obviously that is מצרים. the Ramban, it's in page ולכן אמר בארץ מצרים, כי שאר המצוות שבתורה היו בהר סיני. How many mitzvot? Second. Or שבא לומר, the Ramban is always the master of pshat, או שבא לומר בארץ מצרים, לא בעיר מצרים, בארץ מצרים, not in the city where Paro was. והיה ראוי שיאמר תחילה, since the Ramban is telling us that this is the first mitzvah that the Jewish people were commanded, as Rashi mentions in the beginning of Chumash, והיה ראוי שיאמר תחילה, דברו על כל עדת ישראל לאמור, החודש הזה לכם. Normally, yes, וידבר השם על משה לאמור, צו את בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם. Normally, Hashem is telling Moshe and Aaron, you tell the Ramban is talking, Joseph, about the first mitzvah, that the Beidin are commanded to declare. I was thinking a few times at your question, the first time, if you remember, Larry was asking Monday, what are we sanctifying? The truth is, we don't realize. But Rosh Chodesh is a holiday. Yeah. It's a holiday that has a halachot of Chol HaMoed, so to say, you can do whatever you want, yes? But in Beit HaMikdash, I mean, if you ask yourself in the big picture, by us privately today, the holiday means, can I do or I cannot do A, B, or C?
Right.
In Beit HaMikdash, it's being marked by
What you
special
can do.
special korbanot.
When we say Musaf, and I assume that when they go to the Qurban, it says Lechaper, there's a certain
Eli
Kabbalah,
is right, it's mefurash. The Gemara in Shavuot talks, Eli says, we say this in the Tfilat Musaf.
But how about the farmers, the peoples, were they participating to that kind of?
No, but this is why Rosh Chodesh, we're talking back. What do you mean Beidin are mekadshim et HaChodesh? What are they mekadesh? So the answer is, most of the times kadosh is affecting men. By it, we can do or not do certain things. Here, it's a kedusha as far as Beit HaMikdash because there are certain korbanot. And the best proof is, right, that the parasha of Rosh Chodesh is written in Parashat HaMoadot. Where is the psukim of Rosh Chodesh that we say every morning? It's written in Parashat Pinchas where all the korbanot are all the holidays. And the kapara is in the kaparat pesha. The kapara is anyone that came into Beit HaMikdash unknowingly. Tameh. This is useir chatat echad lechaper alechem. Every holiday, including Rosh Hashanah, as this particular korban, the Gemara spends pages.
Is that specific where it says Michilas this
This is the avon, the kapara. Ashkenazim have the same music.
But it's interesting, Rabbi Prague, don't women celebrate Rosh Chodesh or somewhere?
But Yofi, I didn't want to mention it, but you're right.
You know, over the years, it's lost its I don't want to say kedusha, but it's lost its
100%. In Yerushalayim, people
Right.
they would wash for Rosh Chodesh.
And people say Chodesh Tov. It's
Of course, no. We're talking about what does it mean? Beidin Mekadesh et HaChodesh. What are they Mekadesh? It is a holiday in Beit HaMikdash and Korbanot. By us, it was memorized by Tfilat Musaf or by, as he
Chodesh was
mentioned,
originally for the Shebatim. The Shalosh Regalim is brought down, right, Rabbi? That they're the Avot.
no,
And the Shebatim originally got Rosh Chodesh.
Joseph wants to know in practical terminology.
Yeah.
What does Rosh Chodesh mean to us? And believe it or not,
Practical.
Safot and Megillah, as Larry mentioned, the Rama says that ladies don't do melacha, certain melachot on Rosh Chodesh. This was a special gift, so to say, given to them.
Rabbi Eli says, Rabbi, our ladies are mahmir on this halacha. They extended, they do Tosef.
when is this mitzvah? I understand here. When does this mitzvah actually start to take place? Because
According, good. It's a good question.
Because normally it says ki tavo el aretz or something like that.
This is exactly what the Ramban emphasizes, ki be'eretz Mitzrayim.
Right.
Moshe and Aaron had to sanctify that Chodesh Nisan because they celebrated Pesach. Remember?
Yes, right.
The same way that we celebrate Pesach only after Bedin HaGadol, at least Bedin of 3 are declaring that this is Rosh Chodesh.
But how do you know something like this mitzvah is the Dorot? It could have been just for that one time, Kiddush HaChodesh one time, so we could have Pesach.
Good. Let's continue a minute. והיה ראוי שיאמר תחילה, פייס למ"ח, והיה ראוי שיאמר תחילה, אבת על דרייט קרא. והיה ראוי שיאמר תחילה, דברו אל כל עדת בני ישראל לאמור, החודש הזה לכם וגומר הפרשה. אבל משה ואהרון הם במקום ישראל לקבוץ את הרחומה, ואמר לכם כנגד, here is your question, כנגד ישראל לדורותם. וחזר ואמר, דברו אל כל עדת ישראל, שיצווים במצוות שעה לקחת פסח במצרים ובעשור. Only Pesach Mitzrayim had to be purchased 4 days before, okay? So first the Ramban is telling us Pshat. בארץ מצרים, the only mitzvah that is noheg לדורות that was told to them in Egypt is החודש הזה לכם, because all the other mitzvot are בהר סיני. Eli wants to know
Wasn't Shabbat given to, wasn't Shabbat?
we'll see, but Shabbat לא מפוגש. Rashi says
Shabbat they say in Mara.
in a minute, we'll see.
They always get around that.
Eli, היה ראוי שיאמר תחילה, דברו על כל עדת ישראל לאמור החודש הזה לכם, we read it, אבל אמר דברו על כל עדת ישראל שיצווים, שיצווים במצוות שעה לקחת פסח מצרים מבעשור. עד כאן is the pshat. says the Ramban, ולפי מדרשו, here the מדרש of course means, here מדרשו means מדרש הלכה, לפי מדרשו לכם, כלומר שקידוש החודש צריך בית מומחים. מומחים, as we saw in the Rambam, הלכות קידוש החודש means, not only appointed with the smicha, but only the חודש has to be sanctified only in ארץ ישראל, וכך לא נאמר דברו על כל עדת ישראל. שאין בקידוש החודש אלא משה ואהרון. There's no time to go into it now, but the Rambam is listing in הלכות Sanhedrin specific halachot that only on Beit Din. For instance, a king cannot be appointed unless the Sanhedrin agrees. Yes, to go out to certain wars you cannot unless appointing Kohen Gadol. You need the Sanhedrin
So
Gadol.
the Sanhedrin was like the Congress almost.
Sanhedrin באמת represent us in certain mitzvot.
That's what I'm saying.
Like.
All terms.
Please open
But are they learning?
Congress. That's what I'm
Are they
saying.
learning it from the word lachem here?
What?
They're learning it from the word lachem, right?
Lachem. Open
So
it.
on these other ones, do they have lachem associated with all?
You already 2 days ago, but we said that's by lulav.
All right, lulav we know. Okay, Mela.
העומר, בספירת העומר הוא ספרתם לכם. The Gemara says לכם לכל אחד ואחד. Also the Gemara answers.
But I'm saying,
Open פרשת בשלח a second. After
There's an opinion that actually they didn't do it because they had kabod, they cannot be
but the Rambam seems to say like they say because they never ever saw the moon the other time. This is Rabbeinu Bakri brings Rabbeinu Hanan. Let's look a second at the pasuk that Eli mentioned. Sham lo chok u'mishpat v'sham tzivau. You look a second by you it's 382.
That's what we say Shabbat is Sham Salomon.
So this is the point. But this Shabbat, look a second. Vayitz'aku, look on top of the page. Vayitz'ak el Hashem, Hashem Moshe Hashem, Vayoreu Hashem etz.
The wrong page.
382. Jordan. Vayoreu Hashem etz, vayashlech el hamayim, vayimteku hamayim. You realize in the second half of the pasuk, but this is not the time to what Sham in this place here. The name of the place is Mara. Sham Samlo Chok u'Mishpat v'Sham Nisal. The pasuk clearly says that certain mitzvot were given there. Wait. So please look at the Rashi. Look at the Rashi on the right column. Sham Sam lo chok u'mishpat. Be carefully how you read the Rashi. במראה ניתן להם מקצת פרשיות של תורה שהתעסקו בהם. מה פירוש שהתעסקו בהם? Was it given to them as Shabbat? You cannot ignite fire on Shabbat. Or here is a portion to learn. Yes? Shabbat. Upara, Duma, Vedinim.
But Shabbat is not something to learn, Rabbi.
It's interesting that Eli said
to work,
so let's
to be involved in, or
as it
Things to be busy with.
okay. As it happened, normally Ashkenazim say in the morning, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו לעסוק בדברי תורה. You say על דברי תורה, we say לעסוק. לעסוק means it's your business, you're busy in it.
Rabbi,
Why am I saying it? Look at the Ramban. You're like, go leave the Chumash open. Go to the Ramban at the same pasuk, which means Perek Tetvav, pasuk Chaf Hey. Let's find it since we have more or less the same book here, right here. Let's see the Ramban a second.
Page Samach E.
Yeah, but let's see the Ramban says clearly.
Okay, he's going to tell you.
Yeah, let's see the yes. You see, it's a page that Jimmy said, page Samach E, yes? Sham Samlo, see, this is Rishonim, remember?
Yeah.
במראה נתן להם מקצת פרשיות שהתעסקו בהם שבת ופרה אדומה ודינים ושם נישאו לעם לשון רש"י. והיא דעת רבותינו. So Rashi says what Ramban says. Rashi says in the Gemara in Sanhedrin Vav, in our Gemarot, it's a Mechilta, which is Midrash. ואני תמה, רמב"ן, wonder. למה לא פירש כאן החוקים האלה והמשפטים? If it means the way Eli understood it, the way normally people understand, you have to start, keep Shabbat, tell me what to do, not to do, yes? ויאמר, וידבר השם אל משה אלי, צב את בני ישראל, כאשר אמר בפרשיות הנזכרות למעלה. In Perashat Bo that we are going to read this Shabbat, it says, the Bnei Israel purchased the lamb 4 days before. Slowly read, if this is when Shabbat started halachically, it should say, דבר בני ישראל. וכן יעשה, בכל המצוות באוהל מועד, בערבות מואב ופסח מדבר. Every mitzvah that was given to us is written. Hashem tells Moshe, tell the Jewish people what to do.
We know that Moshe Rabbeinu asked Paro, I think it's the Midrash, that he told him, give him off on Shabbat, right? Yeah. That was way before Marah. Yeah. So if this is the first time that the Jews are introduced to the concept of Shabbat.
No, it can't be the first.
So what, they didn't keep Shabbat here.
בלשון רש"י, let's
keep it yet.
Let's continue.
But Rabbi Prague, this Suk and Chaf Hey, what does Sham Sam Lo Chok Mishpat B'Sham Nisau have to do with the whole?
That's why we are continuing reading the
Ramban. It doesn't fit.
Rashi. Now please remember, now the Ramban is giving his interpretation of what Rashi meant. בלשון רש"י שאמר, פרשיות שהתעסקו בהם, משמע שהודיעם החוקים ולימד אותם עתיד הקדוש ברוך הוא לצוות אתכם בכך.
Why didn't he teach him Shabbat?
על הדרך שלמד אברהם אבינו את התורה והיה זה the purpose להרגילם במצוות ולדעת אם יקבלו אותם בשמחה ובטוב לבב. What the Ramban is gaining is really understanding of the text. The pasuk says, Sham Samlo, Choko Mishpat v'Sham Nisau. Nisau is the test. V'Elokim Nisa Kavrav. What is the test? The test is here you have Mitzvah Shabbat in the future. Let's see how you study, how you learn it, how do you accept it.
So why don't we start with? It's forced. It should say. Why did they start with mitzvah Avat Hashem, Anochi Hashem? I mean, why did they pick Shabbat?
Why?
It seems like they're forcing this.
The reason because we saw in the Ramban at the end of Mechon Shabbat. Shabbat is kolel kol ha-mitzvot. Shabbat is kol ha-mitzvot mamash. Ze ha-perush. Now listen. Why is this? I mean, it's cute to see how the Ramban learns it. Listen good. Approximately 140 years ago, there was a Ger Tzedek in Yerushalayim. It went through the system, which means the only thing is ready to, you had already the Brit Milah, he's ready to go to the mikveh. But he has to wait a few days till the operation. Shabbat comes, and he knows that Gersh Shabbat chayav mitzvah. He went to the chief rabbi of Yerushalayim. He told him, "Manias." He says, "I'm keeping everything."
What's his status?
Yeah,
What's his status? He's a ger. He has
this question was, I'm 99%, but legally I'm not a ger.
Right.
So interesting enough, the chief rabbi of Yerushalayim was Reb Shmuel Salat, happened to be in Paris for medical reasons. So his substitute told him, "There's nothing I can do. You have to do some type of a melacha." The guy says, I'm a Jew by Sunday. I can't do it. He says, you have to. Anyway, they found him a halachic way to do it. And the chief rabbis came, Bishmato, this is the Rashi. This is good now.
There was no cell phones, Rabbi.
Listen carefully. Shalosh, you become a convert by Brit Milah, Kabbalat Mitzvot, and Mikveh. Please listen good. Says the Rambam, we saw the Rambam more than once in Chot Yisroel B'Yah. The Brit Milah was in Mitzrayim, correct? Good. When was the mikveh? Before Matan Torah. So at which point are the Jewish? At which point are the Jewish people now? Exactly as this converts. You know this? They're almost complete converts. If you learn in Rashi like Eli learned, you have a proof from Rashi that you can keep Shabbat. Comes there, you understand?
Yeah.
Again, the Jewish people now are 90% converts, but not completely. They take out the Ramban.
But actually, I can argue that the Isur of not being, that's one of the arguments of Abraham.
But this is not
Isur
good. But this
was
is
not
not
given to them. The Isur of the boy not working on, the boy was not there because there was no Matan Torah.
Rabbi, you're saying they weren't Jewish before that?
They weren't fully
Jewish. Sure.
But they were just fully. They're Jewish. But not
This is the question. This is the question.
Why not?
No.
They didn't do it.
They couldn't do
Only
it.
Shevet Levi did
They
it.
didn't want to do it.
Shevet Levi.
Right now in Mitzrayim. Let's Sammy, before we talk. Now you go to Rambam Sefer Kedusha Alchot Yisroel B'Yah.
When they established the nation.
Kedusha Alchot Yisroel B'Yah.
I'll share with Joseph, Eli. Whatever, what are we going?
Rambam Alchot Yisroel B'Yah.
So what were they called in Mitzrayim?
So
What page?
let's go page Yud Gimel. Oh, on the page. The page is some, no, but make sure it says on top Alchot Yisroel B'Yah. Seven. Oh, go we said that.
Which page?
Page 7.
Yud Gimel.
You listen carefully, David. Listen.
Gimel?
Yud Gimel.
Yud Gimel, okay.
Listen good to the Rambam. בשלושה דברים נכנסו ישראל במילה, בתפילה ובקורבן. Remember, real convert, by the way, the Rambam says, any real convert, כשיבנה בית המקדש, יש לו מילה קורבן, he owes a קורבן. It's not מעכב, okay? Now, מילה,
It's not מעכב.
it's not מעכב,
We're trusting you to bring it later.
אז each one, listen carefully to the Rambam. מילה הייתה במצרים. Here, this week's parasha, yes? שנאמר, כל ערי לא יאכלנו. מה לאותם משה רבינו, שכולם ביטלו ברית מילה במצרים, חוץ משבט לוי. This is why in פרשת בזאת הברכה, ועל זה נאמר, ובריתך ימסורו על לוי, וללוי אמר, תומך ואורך לאיש חסידיך, כן? ובריתך, the only one that kept ברית מילה through the two ten, so ברית מילה, remember, סיים ממצרים, וטבילה הייתה במדבר, קודם מתן תורה, שנאמר, וקידשתם היום ומחר וקיבלו סמלותם, וקורבן, כשנאמר וישלח את נערי בני ישראל, we never pay attention to this, the end of פרשת משפטים, ויעלו עולות פיים. says the רמב"ן, וכן לדורות, ואז כשירצה הגוי להיכנס לברית ולהסתופף תחת כנפי השכינה ויקבל עליו עול תורה, we assume that he צריך מילה, טבילה והרצאת קורבן.
What's הצעת קורבן?
הרצאה, ריצוי, קורבן מרצה.
Talk about when business קיים.
קיים.
Obligated to, but not
So we're not.
So now let's go back slowly.
So, but how come then?
A second. This is we're looking now in Perashat Beshalach.
Where is this pasuk? וישלח את נערי בני
Okay,
ישראל
this is the
ויעלו עולות.
Bechorim. Okay, this is the end of Perashat Mishpatim.
Where you bring
Bechorim.
this קורבן from? Okay.
Look in Perashat
That's the pasuk
Mishpatim.
I
No,
just said.
Sam. Look in. So he's telling you this קורבן. אחרת לא מבין. Look in Perashat Mishpatim. מה זה איפה? Look in Perashat Mishpatim.
סמי רמב"ם.
Again?
Sam, never come again. Sam.
It's too many places you have, too many kamarot you have to go to.
Rabbi Prague?
Florida today, don't worry.
He has to go to Eastern Europe at this point.
Sam, because I thought you wouldn't be here.
Rabbi Prague?
Rabbi, see, I get part of that avod that you had. Now I got part of it.
You've been hanging out with Rabbi Messin too long.
The truth is, I didn't prepare it. I only looked at it because of Eli's question. I didn't prepare the Rambam. I was planning to learn the Rambam. Sammy, this was only a joke.
Rabbi Prague, if
We did it last week.
ממש ככה.
Right? את אני מזכיר היום.
Look at משפטים לסמל, זה באמת, זה פסוק that no one pays attention, because we talk מתן תורה is יתרו, okay? The second half of מתן תורה is משפטים. Look a second, on page 440. No, 440. Yeah. Okay. Look a second, the pasuk Yimam. Remember, it's the second half of Parashat Yitro. We psychologically, Yitro is Matan Torah. ויבוא משה ויספר לעם את כל דברי השם ואת כל המשפטים, ויען כל העם כל אחד ויאמרו כל הדברים אשר דיבר השם נעשה. Remember, this is the נעשה. ויכתוב משה את כל דברי השם וישכם בבוקר, ויבן מזבח תחת ההר ו12 מצבה ל12 שבטי ישראל וישלח את נערי בני ישראל. מה כתוב פה? מה זה? How is this related to מתן תורה? Says the Rambam in פרק י"ג. This is the korbanot of the ger. Who is bringing it here?
So he brings an olah.
The Bechorim.
This is olah. The ger has to bring an olah.
He has to have olah.
Wow.
ויבן מזבח תחת ההר ו12 וישלח את נערי בני ישראל ויעלו עולות ויזבחו שלמים להשם פרים.
מי הם נערי בני ישראל?
Who is נערי the Bechorim?
Why would he call them נערי?
Look at the Rashi a second. Look at the Rashi.
Very funny language.
Look at the Rashi a second. את נערי, says Rashi Jimmy, הבכורות. אתה שומע סמי, זה מה שהרמב"ם אמרו, אחרת לא מבינים את זה בכלל.
The Targum says בוחרי also.
No, but what is the korbanot? This is says the Rambam, Brit Milah they had already here in Parashat Beshalach. Yes, Kabbalat mitzvot is the Naaseh v'Nishma. Now is
No, Kabbalat mitzvot is here.
we said the Naaseh v'Nishma. The Rambam brings.
Rabbi, read the Rashi on the Mishpatim, which refers to the other Rashi we just read.
Yeah, of course.
Then we just read that.
Repeats to them. Exactly this Rashi. So now let's go back. When this convert in Yerushalayim, about 150 years ago,
You just go down to the.
By
No,
every-
no, the convert has to keep all the
So
mitzvot.
if
Over
you
here,
wait-
they didn't have all the
If you wait
mitzvot.
a second with the Rambam, so let's go in slow motion. Now we are in Parashat Beshalach. Brit Milah they had already a week ago.
Yeah.
This is already after Kriyat Yam Suf. If you learn in Rashi like Eli wanted to learn, and many learn, they kept Shabbat. They have a proof that this convert is permitted to keep Shabbat.
What does keeping Shabbat mean? Doesn't mean they have
No,
all
so
the
this-
halachot of
No, but
Shabbat.
so this fellow said, they told him, whatever he did, I mean, it's just cute to know what they really told him to do. But whatever it is he permitted to keep Shabbat or not? If you learn in Rashi like you wanted to learn, you have a perfect proof. But if you learn like the Ramban learns,
Shitasseku, just to get familiar with it.
this is really what the chief rabbi said. Ramban says, "Itasku b'hem."
Right, very funny word.
So, in other words, the chief rabbi said you could rely on the Ramban.
No.
What would he have said if he was
He
there?
said, he pointed out to the Rashi, and he said it seems that they accepted Shabbat. He could have kept Shabbat.
So he's using
So
one of these.
people told him, but the Ramban learns in Rashi, ממש, מחלוקת למעשה. Go back to the Rambam and say,
It's a mahalot how to understand it.
Pasuk 8, Rabbi. Kavdal 8.
Chavdal 8, yeah.
ויקח משה את הדם.
Right. ויזרוק על העם.
ויאמר הנה דם
Yeah,
בני
okay, no.
שכב עמכם.
This is a good question.
This should
This
be the convert.
נכון. אבל זה, Sammy, not every convert has a korban ger sprinkled in the blood.
No,
This
but you
was-
said korban.
This is a big, אני מבין, אבל where do you sprinkle on
When you
people's
say
blood?
korban, you mean sprinkle
Korban,
God
sprinkle on the mizbeach, but not on the people.
No, not at the people.
No,
Yes,
no,
Zerikat
this
Adam is me'akev
Sam,
korban.
this is called,
If you don't do Zerikat Adam, is
no,
me'akev.
הוא שואל, סמי שואל טוב, look at the פסוק. ויקח משה את האדם ויזרוק על העם.
Usually, like I said, you don't do it on the person.
Where do you have a korban except korban nazir u'metzorah that you take some and you put them on? This is sprinkled on the people. Look back at the Rambam, Sam. Go back to the Rambam now. I really didn't prepare this. This is what I said. It was a joke, but it's a met. Look at the Rambam now. Halacha A. Jimmy, go back to the Rambam.
מהו
Halacha
קורבן
A.
הגר?
ומהו קורבן הגר? עולת בהמה
שתי
ושתי תורים ושני בני יונה.
portion, either.
ושניהם עולה. ובזמן הזה שאין שם קורבן, צריך מילה ותפילה, ג'וזף, וכשייבנה את המקדש.
We're trusting you.
The gears
We're trusting you.
לא, ולכן,
No, you're not a ger. This is a
Yeah,
ger.
korban does not matter. Yeah, otherwise it'd be in trouble.
טבילה, this is the Rambam. The Rambam says, in Parashat Yitro, he says, 3 days, don't come near your wife, and everyone, man and woman, have to go to the mikveh. The Rambam learns, the reason is because this is part of
Very
the
interesting, Rabbi. What mikveh did they go to? They have to go to an ocean? Where'd they go?
Whatever.
Where'd
they go?
Rabbi, I know it's a little off the subject, but
Eli,
Parad-
even this
okay,
Rambam and the
okay,
Rashi
but
Rambam.
Paraduma from where? Why Paraduma?
Yeah, it's strange.
Where's
What's
the
the
meat
need for it?
coming from?
It's strange.
Well, they weren't going to be dying, and also if you go by Chet, they need to Chet Egel, nobody was going to be dying. There was not going to be any need for Paraduma.
So can I try to answer that question? The Ramban, it fits
Why
good.
don't you ask Amy?
So now, according, Rabbi, to the Ramban, if you were only trying to give them concepts, the pasuk says Chok u'mishpat. So he gave him 2 Shabbat and Paradumad just to have a concept of a Chok.
It's a very
That's the
illogical.
ultimate Chok.
It's right, this
So
is
he
the-
just, according to Ramban, I don't know about Rashi.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know if you're gonna go Rashi that it's actual that they kept it. It doesn't fit. Huh?
Works better with.
It works better with the Ramban's understanding. You were just giving them concepts.
Time out.
You know, some things I heard a class and they brought down how Rabbi the Rambam, they have the old version of the Rambam, the original, before they took out the text. He says that why do we have Yeshu and the Muslims? This rabbi was reading, he says, so they would spread the concept of Mashiach to the Goyim. No, there's a new one. And the other ones, so he says, what does that mean? He says, imagine when Mashiach comes and the Goyim never heard of a concept of Mashiach. He says it's going to sound crazy to them. So over here they believe in Yeshua, they believe in Muhammad or whoever it is. So at the end it'll be an easy jump to say you were just wrong who you believed in. So this
Rabbi
is the
Prague,
he's just
I'm reading you a Gemara.
Rabbi Prague, can I ask you a question before?
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Huh?
לא, הרמב"ם, לא,
They believe in the next world.
הם לא מאמינים בעבודה זרה. Rambam says that Islam paved the way not to be a paganism. And he said, believe it or not, he said it in Christianity.
Says it on Yeshua.
Christian,
Yeah.
the Rambam says open in their עבודה זרה,
But they have a concept of Mashiach.
Look.
Islam too?
Not Islam.
They still believe in the next world.
It's not the Mashiach.
No, they still believe that there's another world. They don't believe this world's the only. So the concept that there's another. Yeah.
It has 70 virgins.
Listen to this.
I want Mashiach's coming on a donkey.
No EVs.
No EVs.
So when we're
Especially now that it's cold.
about-
You know, my son. Oh, you love Teslas. My son-in-law loves Tesla. I sent him that article about Chicago. All the cars are stuck in the.
Yeah, they're all frozen.
No, it's so cold that they can't
Batteries.
charge the battery. They said it looks like all dead robots sitting in the lot because they can't charge it. It's too cold.
When it's too cold, batteries don't
When
work.
it's so cold, the battery won't charge.
If it hasn't
You
charged,
can't
that
charge.
whole week,
No, I think-
it drops faster.
I think the
Much
charging
faster.
stations weren't working.
Yeah, the charging because of the cold. Yeah, it was.
Mechanical problem.
Larry, how you doing, Larry?
I'm okay. How are you, Ike? It's good
So we
to
have a couple
hear
of
your
minutes.
voice.
Listen to the Rambam. Listen to the
Be
Rambam.
careful
you.
out there, Ike. Walking.
I know.
Listen.
Rabbi has to go to Minyan.
אבל מחשבות בורא עולם, רמב"ם, אין כוח באדם להשיגם, וכל הדברים האלו של יהושע הנוצרי, ושזה הישמעאלי שעמד אחריו, אינם אלא ליישר דרך למלך המשיח. ולתקן את העולם, this was taken
When I heard this, I was
Rambam,
blown away.
only the Frank or the Frank.
Yeah, they said that's what I heard this.
ולתקן את העולם כולו לעבוד את השם ביחד, which means Christianity and Islam
Wow.
took paganism out of the worshipping cycle. So this is
No, but what does it say then? He says if it wasn't for them, they'd be barbarians. I think he would say. He said something like people would be barbaric without the concept.
Right, they're not barbaric now.
They're not barbarians.
Be worse.
You were.
Sammy, well, I just read about the Hamas.
Left side.
You can't get more barbaric than that.
That's Pele Adam. It says that. That says
This
Pele
is
Adam.
beyond what I just read today.
What happened today?
No, nothing. What they did with some of them when they.
Oh, yeah.
It just every day you read a
So
new level of
Eli,
clarity.
listen to this. The Gemara says in Sukkah 25b, באחד
They studied 05. They studied 05.
באחד בניסן הוקם המשכן. This is already after Matan Torah, the next year.
Right.
ושני לו שרף אלעזר את הפרה. So parad, the practical parad Umah was only Bet Nisan, right after the Mishkan.
Right, which is Enter
Right,
Chetay.
so
They were destined to
the
die.
answer
They were
is,
destined to
it
die.
says Parad Umah means the hope of Parad Umah. Let's see how you relate to it.
I
No, but
agree
this
with that.
works
All I'm
according
saying
to
is the idea was that before Chet
That-
HaEgel,
but
they
that
could have
was-
said there was not going to be a need for Paraduma. So it's almost saying like it was
Man,
baked
yeah,
into
no,
the
the
cake that
Rambam
people were
was
going to
right.
die.
It's inevitable.
But why give the hints of it? Why teach it?
By the way, Rashi tells you the Jews had no choice in Heta Egel. It was going to happen.
Suppose you wasn't going to do it. Why would he teach them ahead of time before the fact that oh, why were you going to say that?
So
Whatever.
if you learn the way the Rambam learns
So how do you learn the other way? That's the
learn
question.
Rashi very nice. To see in Yekablu Aleim, let's see how you relate to something
So
that
you
Rabbi
can't-
Prague,
the way
How do you relate to
the
something you
way
can't
this the way
understand?
Rashi said.
Rabbi Prague.
Yes.
If this was the case, this whole idea of Brit Milah, it's wonderful, but then you come into the beginning of Yoshua and they have to, the whole 40 years, they never maul anybody in error, in the, right. We have an excuse.
No, the only way they open it is Jerry has the key.
Again and
Nobody else
again,
has the
Brit
key.
Milah, if you look at it
They
now,
have talent in
it's a
it.
test.
They have.
You have a legal excuse not to.
No, it's the way.
Next, we have the same excuse in Egypt. They did
I
not,
agree with you.
they
but I
did
can't
not take
control
it.
it.
We have to sell.
By the
Rashi-
way, everybody makes fun of my friend Mal, but Mal's the smart one sitting there in Florida. Look at Mal. It's like are you in Florida, Mal?
Smart in
Good
the
morning,
same.
Larry. Good morning, Rabbi.
Oh,
Is it
you feel
18
it?
degrees
Okay.
there today?
Mal, it's about 70 in New York. It's 70. It's 70 and sunny, Mal. 70 and
I never
sunny.
see you
I don't know
wear a